It's the bunker, yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker, welcome to the bunker. This the bunker, yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Good people, what's up? Let's go. Yo, we here, we alive, we in the bunker. Happy Wednesday. Super excited. You're tuned into the Breakthrough Bunker, where we don't run from the storm, we learn to dance in it. I'm your host, Murph, aka Mr. Motivation, and every guest on this stage has turned pain into purpose, broken dreams into blueprints for success. Today's guest, Daniel Stephfon Wade, is joining us. Super excited to have him tap in. Can't wait to hear his story and share some gems with y'all. Teaser, he's a serial entrepreneur, visionary builder, and accountability coach who believes generational wealth starts with clarity and courage. From luxury travel to leadership development, Daniel Stephfon Wade is on a mission to activate greatness as he seeks to help people realize the lives they dream of. I like that. But before we bring him out, we're going to get into the 3, 2, 1 with Murph, where I share 3 thoughts, 2 quotes, and 1 prompt or question for you. Before we do that, let's tap in. We got a spotlight. Org spotlight today is Worcester Majors. Woo! Shout out to the Worcester Majors. Worcester, home for semi-pro basketball built on community, culture, and competition. The Majors are bringing major energy to the city of Worcester, Massachusetts. The season tips off October 2026, so we got a little bit of runway to get there. But tap in. Let me get that website up there for you. Hold on. Let me get that website up there for you. I want you to tap in, join our newsletter. We're about to drop a newsletter in January, introducing some things, teaching you about some things. Shouts out to where the name Worcester Majors came from. Major Taylor, dope cyclist, dope dude, changed the game in the sports and the cycling world. And to our premier sponsor, you know what it is. Oh, yeah. Not even, matter of fact, premier partner. You know, with semantics, right? Premier partner. 8-Ball Energy, built at the intersection of energy and culture. From the iconic energy shots to bold, culture-forward style, they're designed to fuel every move you make. Head to 8ballinc.com and use promo code Mr. M Ship Free. Mr. M Ship Free. Stay charged and move bold. I like that. I'm going to keep that tick up there so y'all know what to do. Grab your bottle of that 8-Ball Energy, man. Grab your bottle of 8-Ball Energy. Let's get into the 3, 2, 1. My first thought, clarity is the real currency. Clarity is the real currency. See, most people don't lack talent or opportunity. They lack clarity. And clarity is what turns motion into momentum. And I think we'll get into this with Stephfon. As a coach, a lot of, I'm sure, his clients and people in his sphere of influence lack clarity. And that's what's stopping them from going next level. You got to be crystal clear what you want to do, how you want to do it, right? And as a coaches, we help you unpack that. There's a book recommendation, if I may. Start with why. Powerful book. Start with why. Shouts out to Simon Sinek, one of my virtual mentors. Powerful book. It explores how purpose-driven clarity fuels sustainable success. How purpose-driven clarity fuels sustainable success, showing leaders how understanding their why inspires action and trust. Number two, execution separates intention from impact. Ideas are everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. But disciplined execution is what turns vision into legacy. Disciplined execution. I have another book recommendation, if I may. James Clear. You ever heard of James Clear? Woo! James Clear, Atomic Habits. Man, game changer. A practical guide on how small, consistent actions compound over time to produce extraordinary personal and professional results. Keywords: small, consistent actions. Number three, generational wealth is built in mindset before money. Generational wealth is built in mindset before money. True wealth isn't just financial, it's the values, habits, and leadership we pass down. And we're going to talk a lot about that tonight: parenting, parenthood, fatherhood. Stay tuned. Let's go. We got two quotes. Quote number one: vision without execution is just a well-dressed dream. Vision without execution is just a well-dressed dream. It's a powerful reminder that ideas and inspiration mean nothing without action. Oh, you know what? I always forget my chat. Ideas and inspiration mean nothing without action. That real transformation happens when we stop perfecting the vision and start doing the work consistently and imperfectly, right? Two, you don't find your purpose, you commit to it. Woo! You don't find your purpose, IG, you commit to it. I like that one. One reflective prompt. What's one decision you've been avoiding that could radically change your next 1,000 days? See what I did there? What's one decision you've been avoiding that could radically change your next 1,000 days? Woo! Man, without further ado, here's the intro. Come to the stage. Our guest today is a builder of people and a blueprint for purpose. Daniel Stephfon Wade doesn't just coach ambition, he cultivates alignment. A visionary leader, serial entrepreneur, and the founder of 1,000 Days Global Inc. Daniel's on a mission to help individuals and communities build generational wealth, not just financially, but mentally, spiritually, structurally. His mission is clear. Greatness isn't found, it's activated. Through clarity, execution, and a daily discipline, he empowers people to become the architects of their own breakthroughs. And now, with the release of his powerful new book, Made for Greatness, 35 Lessons for Young Kings, Daniel's pouring into the next generation, challenging young men to own their worth, walk in purpose, and rise with intention. Please help me welcome to the bunker stage, Daniel Stephfon Wade. Get it?
Yeah, appreciate that.
What up, boy?
What's happening, man? Thank
Listen,
you.
hold on. Let me get this IG thing going. How I add you? Let me see something. Invite to join. Hold on. This how it goes. Stephon, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, go invite me.
See,
I'm
I
live
never
right
did this
now.
before. Hold on. Let me see. STEPH. Is that you? Yeah, okay, yeah, invite. I think I did that. Hold on. Did it go through?
Let me see here. Let me go ahead and jump on live here.
Bang, 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 bang. We here, y'all. Estamos aquí. Time to get live like a wire. Yo, shout out to my man Poppy Pay. They just did 508 Live. I tapped in for a little bit. Poppy, what up? Gotta check them out. What's the zone? Yeah, give us a second, y'all. We just trying to get this live popping. Cause usually I just get the audio, but if Stephfon tap in, y'all get the audio visual. See what I did there?
Right.
Help y'all out.
It's gonna be a
Tap
delay.
in? You seen the invite? Oh, wait,
Yeah, I seen that. I hit it. We should
oh,
be
it
good.
said, wait, hold on. It said unable to join. What's this? Oh, accept. Okay. Let me see.
All right, we rocking.
Yeah.
Invitation expired.
All right, let me send it back. Yeah, this is crazy. I invite. Boom. I sent it.
Let me see here.
Hey, bear with us, y'all. We working through. We ain't got nowhere else to be. What up?
Right.
Some of y'all in the kitchen cooking. Y'all can watch it later. I had to season up my I got my cod. Had to put that thing on the seasoning. I'm gonna do some yams on that. Let me see. Accept.
Yeah, we good. We good. Let's just rock out.
All right. It ain't letting us be great.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's crazy. All right. I tried it though. All right, so unable to be joined. It's all good. So listen, Stephfon, tell the people how you know Murph, man.
Man, known each other for a minute. It's been some time. So let's see, like 2000, I would say 2005, six. In Fort Leonard Wood. I was in high school, and you were always around doing some great things in the community. And I just got to see you always do your thing. You were always inspirational, making sure that the young folks had their head on right. And then
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, sometimes I would see you in the mess hall when I was working. So I actually got to see you in soldier mode, doing your thing, turning it on and off. So yeah, that was always good to see.
Yo.
So I was doing the dishes, and then I seen you,
Yeah,
doing your thing
yeah,
for real,
yeah,
for
yeah.
real. I'm like, yeah, there he
Damn.
is. Yeah, it's
Fort
cool.
Leonard Wood. That's like my favorite base, man.
Right.
So many, man. Wow, the wood was crazy because it was like you had, you got the MPs, you got the engineers, the police, and they all do their training there. They come back to be sergeants. They come back to go to E6 school. So it's always just like this melting pot rotating. I loved it there, man. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get into it, but
Yeah.
I forgot you was a young dude.
Yeah, man. Super young. High school, what is 16, 17. Trying to make it happen.
Well, I drink from the fountain of youth, so we ain't gonna talk.
Yeah. Of course.
Murph is forever young, baby.
Right.
Man, where do we start? So you wore, man, we're gonna get into you wore a lot of hats.
Yeah, definitely.
Entrepreneur, man, communications coach, accountability coach, communication strategist. But before all that, who was Steve growing up?
Man, before all that, so growing up in California, moved around a bunch of different places. So originally from Pasadena, California, um, moved to moved to Missouri later on, just like right before high school. But I mean, me growing up, I was the youngest. I was just always trying to get into everything, trying to make it happen. Definitely was extremely inspired to make my own path, so I was always, had that confidence, or at least was trying to build that confidence to jump out there and do something. The entertainment world was definitely right on our heels, being that we were in California. So it was either you wanted to hoop or you wanted to get into acting or you wanted to try music.
Mhm.
So I was just trying to do everything I could and enjoy myself the best I could.
So where did that inspiration come from?
It came from, so of course, the community, but my family, definitely tip my hats off to them. A lot of musically inclined people, uncle played drums, mom, interpretive dance, ballet. My dad was in the mortgage industry. So that entrepreneurship is all in my bones. So it's like all correlating together now that I'm older.
Got it, got it, got it. Um, okay, okay. So let me think. Who were your mentors growing up?
My mentors growing up,
Like, who influenced you the most?
influenced me the most, I would say that I can't really put a hat on the mentor in particular, but I would say when I was at the Boys and Girls Club. So Boys and
Mm,
Girls Club, when we used to play B of A basketball,
mhm,
Salvation Army, they used to always really uh, just make sure that we stayed on the right track. So just
mm.
things like that. Me being the youngest, it's pretty easy for me to find somebody that I would want to aspire to be because I'm always around a couple people that at least 3 to 5 years older than me. So
Right.
just seeing somebody just doing a little bit better, making those moves, I always gleam towards them. So always just people in the community. My brother. I would say some of my uncles as well.
Okay.
They definitely just seeing them do their thing, and a lot of people in the military in particular. My cousin Marcus, he was in the military, which led us to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So just seeing that militant mindset, I always applied that as well.
Mm. So you grew up two parent household, single parent. How was your?
Two parent household for a little bit, so it was on and off. Parents split up pretty young,
Okay.
and it was kind of a back and forth. So yeah, but definitely had both in my life.
So what was your relationship with dad like?
So relationship with dad, it's always been a growth relationship. So it's always been back and forth with me and the pops.
Mm,
I definitely I know that majority of the gifts and the aspirations that I have come from him and same my mom as well. But the relationship still needs a lot of building. So
mm-hmm.
it's not as intact as I would like it to be. But it's definitely still there, much different from other people that never got to experience it at all. So I do keep that in mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
Yeah.
that's real, right? It's fun. I was talking to my daughter and them. So they be them and my moms be going through it. 'Cause my mom's is stuck in her ways, and my kids like, Grandma be spazzing out.
Right.
So my mom's, I'll talk to her and she'll like say something, then she'll say it over and over. And I've heard the story over. And my daughter said, well, Daddy, why do you act like you heard the story for the first time? And you know you heard it already. I said,
Right.
well, here's some perspective for you. There's some people who mom may have done that, but are no longer here. And they will give anything to hear that same story that they know of over and over and over just one more time. And
Right.
I just appreciate the fact I still have my mom's here to hear her repeat herself or whatever, whatever. So to your point, relationship with your pop may not be, X, Y, or Z, but it's something there. You know what I mean?
Right, 100%. And I keep that in mind. And,
Yeah,
over the years, I'm learning because some people got it completely different.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
What about to say? So you got kids. You got a little one now.
I got a little one now. Yes. I've
How old?
graduated.
How old?
He's 3 years old.
3 years old. Now
Yes.
we gonna hang out here for a while. So now, what, if anything, with dad growing up, manhood, fatherhood, have you took from that relationship into fatherhood?
Yes. Great question. What I've taken from that is that one, not necessarily comparing or anything. Everybody's different. It was a different time.
Right.
I'm a different person. So fatherhood actually helped me understand that, you know, to give some grace where grace is due. So everything's completely different. But I myself, I just learn and want. I just want to be more present and not
Mhm.
miss these moments to learn, because I know that I think the more time that you spend, the more that you get to know, you know, your child, and then from there you'll learn how to be the best for them. And then of course that's growing yourself as well. But I'm just 3 years in the game, but definitely I'm understanding that the more time you spend, it's going to be a little bit easier relationship that you can
Mhm.
have with them.
Now, did you always want to be a dad?
I did. I always wanted to be a dad. Yes, of course. Just, you know, for the rocky relationship that I have, you know, I think that I always wanted to be it, maybe from the wrong perspective to try to prove something. But now I
Mhm.
do understand that, yeah, that's a role that I could just walk in and it feels real good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, what's a memorable moment in your last 3 years as a father?
So many memorable moments, man. But I would say one that I still talk about today was she was a little bit small, wasn't premier or anything, but was a little bit small and she needed to be in the heater. So if
Mm.
you're familiar with that, so she went into the heater. So I'm coming around the corner, and you know my lady, she's still in. You know she's getting taken care of, so they're
Mhm.
making sure she's good. So I'm walking around the corner, and my daughter is still facing the opposite way. She's in the heater, and as I continue to walk towards her, I'm not saying anything. She just turns and turns and turns, and then finally, when I get on her, because I'm looking at all the kids to see which one, and she
Right.
turned and looked at me and knew that it was me from the beginning,
Oh
from when I
wow.
hit the corner. So yeah, that was the first time that we laid eyes, and I'm like, man, she really knows that it's me. It was
Yeah,
a feeling.
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Um. Wow. What's some so you 3 years in, but you still you pretty well versed. What's advice you would have for a new dad?
Advice I would have for a new dad is do the research. I mean, I did the research. You know, I just was reading dad books. You know, I was reading books about, you know, young men who had, you know, father troubles and what they should be doing as parents. So I just try to just make sure that when those emotions come over me to where I'm just trying to compare and think that I'm doing something right or wrong, that I understand that that's, you know, the doctor said that that's what happens. All of these emotions are going to happen to you as well as happening to the child and the mother as well. So just kind of being aware that you're going to go through the moments, and then you know the postpartum, you know, men have their things too where their minds are going crazy as well. So yeah, I'm learning that.
So wait, let's hang out there. So I don't know. Do you have an example of that? Because I don't know if a lot of dudes talk about that. We hear about the.
I would say so for me in my situation, like the so my lady didn't have much morning sickness and things like that.
Mm,
I guess this happens that I'm learning. This is what they were telling us, but I took it all on. So I
mm.
was getting sick. I was feeling weird the whole time, and she was just chilling and eating and laughing. So I said, "What's going on? Like I got a headache. I can't eat. Like
So this is throughout the pregnancy or after?
this is throughout the pregnancy, and then
Really?
after the pregnancy, I was feeling like just ups and downs as far
Mm,
as my emotions, which is
mm.
just, you know, but they say all this is normal. It just depends on, you know, on the child. But that was interesting though, because I definitely asked. I said, you know, what's going on?
It's far. I've never heard that. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, fellas, listen, new dads, this is possible. Um, wow, interesting. I'm stuck.
Yeah, yeah, it happens, man.
Now let's slide into this. Now, do you currently or have you ever done therapy?
Yes. I have done therapy. Currently, meaning recently, yes. But I mean, I'm good to go now. But yes, for sure.
How'd you so one, when did you think I need therapy? And then from then to actually doing it, what was the time period?
I would say it really, it's all coming up regarding becoming a father. So much was happening. I would say maybe 5 months into my lady being pregnant
Mhm.
to maybe a year and a half to maybe 6 months to a year and a half to my daughter being born, to where I'm just like, man, my head is spinning, and I needed to
Wow.
get situated. Yeah, just to chat with somebody.
That's what's up. So and now how'd you choose your therapist?
Actually, my lady helped me choose, but I had some criteria that I wanted,
Mm,
because I was going through what I was going through. I was like, listen, I need them to be like rough and tough. I need them to just give it to me straight. Like, I don't need to be psycho evaluated and just, for fun. I need somebody to just, here's all my problems, and I'm telling you what I'm feeling. I'm super committed, but tell me what I should do.
mm,
So it ended up being someone of Caribbean descent, woman, and ex-military as well. So it
mm,
worked out. And
mm.
yeah, they just laid it on me straight. That's it. Told me what I need to do and what I need to work through.
Check.
Yep.
Now, oftentimes, men, I think historically taught to, stay strong, keep it together.
Right.
Uh, but we rarely pause to like check in. Now, you and I check in. We got a cadence, but just how are you doing in this season? How's
How am I doing in this season? I'm doing better,
yeah?
every day.
Mm,
Every day I'm getting better. So yeah, just taking in all the responsibility and the ambition. So, I'm just so used to doing my own thing. So there is a halt with
mm,
a child.
mm.
So I try to not take as, them wild risks like like I usually do, which kind of define my personality.
You
But
children
yeah,
change everything, boy. Let me tell you.
yeah, I slowed it down a bit.
It's a beautiful. I tell my kids, my gift to them is being present. You know,
Exactly.
I dropped my book this year. I haven't been on
Amazing book.
tour yet. I haven't. I mean, so many things because I got to be present. So yeah. I feel. Well, what's some of the best advice you got going into fatherhood?
Being present,
Being present.
and just allowing yourself to feel all the emotions. A
Hmm.
couple of older people that I was working with in sales, I'm just telling, they see on the internet, they're like, oh man, I see you having a baby. And they were just commenting to me. And the best advice that I kept getting multiple times was like, hey, listen, man, allow yourself to feel all of that.
Mm,
Everything that you feel, and just allow yourself to feel that. Don't run from anything, and you're gonna be better because of that. And I
mm,
got it so often from people that I didn't really chat with like that, and
mm,
they all gave me the same advice. I'm like, I gotta allow myself to feel everything that I'm feeling and be present. And
mm.
that's the best advice that I can give.
No, I received that. I like that. I'll tell
Yeah.
you this. Yeah, I don't know much about nothing, but I know a little bit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Every time, because it's stages, right? You got your infant, the toddler, every stage, you gonna figure it out. But as soon as you figure it out, it changes.
Right.
It's That's all over.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know how helpful that is to you, but
Right.
that's real, man. I just watching my mom's at 9 and 7, and day and night from 2 years ago, and then 2 years before that. Uh, so tell us, what are you building now? How can we support you? What you got going on?
Yeah, so serial entrepreneurs still got a whole bunch going on, but of course it has changed to gear towards the next entrepreneur and the next generation. So what I'm building now is a coaching company. It's called 1,000 Days Global. And what I've learned over the years is that all of my years of selling, the things that real entrepreneurs and real true businessmen know, it's more so accountability, strategic communication, conflict resolution, and brand management. And
Mm,
all of those things help you go next level. And then I'm pairing books with the courses that I'll eventually start. So my first book, which is coming out maybe first, second week of January, is Made for Greatness, 35 Lessons for Young Kings to help them on that journey.
mm. So,
Yeah.
what can we expect from Made for Greatness? What's in that?
Man, Made for Greatness is 35 lessons for everything that everything that you're going to run into that people aren't going to tell you. And
Mm,
it's just all of the lessons that you should be aware of on your journey and
mm,
kind of take it in.
mhm.
Take it in all the way.
Now, what made you write this book?
What made me write this book is fatherhood. It was a lot going on, just like I stated. And recently I was working on a music project that didn't necessarily go the way that I wanted it to go. So I'm working on all of these ventures, and I think I keep failing over and over. And then as I follow through and understand that, yo, I'm just, I hate to be cliche, but it's like, yo, you just made for greatness, man. You just made to do some great things. You made to have some great impact. You're made to have some great losses as well, so
Mm,
you can gain. And then after that, that kind of inspired me. And also, your book really helped me as well. It kind of helped me clear my mind to where I was able to pursue that, because it was just in the can as
mm.
an idea. But actually reading your book and seeing you roll it out, I'm like, you know what? I I think I could do it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I just give it a try. Yeah. So yeah.
Now, who's your book best suited for? Who needs to read your book?
It's best suited for 18 to 25, 18 to 25. If I can get them within that window of time, if they can, harness these lessons, then that'd be great for them on their journey. Cause I was the most time where I was just learning and bumping my head left and right. And I think a lot of entrepreneur ventures that I was pursuing would have went well if I would have known some of those things instead of learned it through the lessons of life.
Mm.
But of course, that's the best teacher either way.
Oh yeah.
But I know that nowadays I gotta put that information out there. I don't want to keep the next generation blind. And just through the coaching and just working with so many young people, I'm like, yo, you guys have to know this information, because it's majority of them don't know at all. They
Right.
don't know what to do. They've never heard of being accountable. They've never heard of strategic communication, where you have to speak clear and make sure that the other party knows what your message is. And that's the only way that you can basically raise your hand and say, choose me. It's like the next person is going to get it because their message is clearer than yours. It's not about the talent.
Now, with Thousand Days Global,
Mhm.
who's your ideal audience there? Who's your like who you looking to coach?
Yeah, 1,000 Days Global. My ideal audience is really just young entrepreneurs, anybody, the influencers, the athletes, the sales professionals, but really just my age bracket. Of course, it can be to anybody out there,
Mm,
but 1,000 days is something special to me. That was a time to where I kind of reinvented myself in my studying with failure and my inspiration. It seems like I can make it happen
mm,
within that time frame. So it's just like, yo, once you start that 1,000 day cycle, if
man.
if you fall off, just reset it one more time again, and you could do it with these 4 pillars. That's what I'm teaching on, man. So it's been really good just learning and presenting that information.
I like that. I say never miss twice. You can take a day off. Step back, but don't miss twice.
Right.
1,000 days global. So now I engage you as a coach. What could I expect as like outcomes
Right.
after working with you?
Right. So the outcomes, it's really based on what you're wanting to do, but I'm going to stick to the four pillars. So we're going to teach you the basics of accountability, strategic communication. We're going to focus on what you want for your brand and let's present that properly. And then we got to work on some conflict resolution skills that you can add on your journey. And then from there, we're going to tailor exactly what you want to work on.
Mm,
And then of course the 1,000 days cycle is that's basically the big package. But of course we're gonna break it down to something that's feasible.
right.
And then that's when I'll just implement some of my true sales skills of pounding out the phones when I work for travel
Mm.
agencies, insurance. It's like, yo, I'm gonna show you how to really get it, but we have to learn those skills first.
So now I definitely get the pillars. Now in travel, because a lot of your stuff been just that grind.
Hmm.
What's the thing that you have that makes you excel at a high level, get promoted at a high level, at a high rate of speed? Like, what's the sauce?
Right. Well, from what I've learned, that the sauce is you have to have that determination. You
Mm,
have to have the determination to reach a goal and your goal as well. But you got to have a goal in mind, which is it could be bite size, which is, when we were in the travel industry, it was the amount of dials that we had to do. It's like if you mastered those small things of I'm going to do 300 dials today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the veterans were teaching me, they said your weekends, they're going to be people just going to be calling you with their credit card. I didn't believe it until I actually put it in the work.
mm,
So just understanding, I mean, everybody says that grit, but I think it's more so determination as the
mm,
key word.
mm.
You have to be determined that you're going to make that happen no matter what.
Now I'm helping you with your sales pitch here, but
Right.
so strategic communicator, background in sales, insurance, entrepreneurship. There's a lot of coaches out here. Why
Right.
you? Why would I? Why you? If I'm
Right.
listening and I'm like, I've been going back and forth with this coach, and now we hear you. Why should they rock with you? I mean, I will rock with you, but you tell the people.
Right. And that's a fair question. And it's all based on personality. And
Mhm.
I just feel like with myself, because I've experienced so many different facets and I've seen careers all the way to the end, from music to insurance to luxury travel. And I just feel that, I mean, one, my voice could be heard, and I think that right now it's an opportunity for people to be open to new mentors and to be
Mm,
open to possibly younger mentors or mentors that they wouldn't necessarily choose. Kind of the reason for my book is to listen to these lessons. It's not about me being an author or me being the best coach, but it's like if you're having trouble with doing what you need to do, then I'd probably bring it back. Why haven't you chose the
mm,
coach that's best for you?
mm,
So it's like it's just like everybody has their own different flavor, and I think that my style is just based on just the love to see the next person win. I'm
mm.
fully committed to that.
I love it. Love it. Well, listen, y'all, tap in 1000daysglobal.com. Go visit the site. And everything ain't for everybody. And I think I would encourage you to get on a explore call and see how things go.
Of course.
Now, and I know you're a communication guru. Talk to me about why communication is so important. I got some college students. The semester's over, so they may not be tapping in no more, but they may
Right.
ask you later. Why is communication? Because I literally, probably fourth to last class, I spent some time on communication and the importance. But coming from you, who's a guru, why is it so important to like master the art of communication?
I think mastering the art of communication is the most important tool that you can have. You know,
Mm,
reading, writing, and you got to communicate. You have to be able to present your idea, one, and then I think the biggest aspect is working with people, working with all different types of people. One, working in the travel industry, one thing that I love the most is that we're talking to an international type of just a type of clientele, and then also colleagues as well.
yeah.
So these colleagues are completely different. Our slang they're not going to get,
Hmm.
and you have to be extremely direct with them, or you have to be open to take their feedback as well. But communication is, I mean, it's so important that it's basically like you won't be able to eat the opportunities that you want based on how you speak up, not just speaking up.
Mm. I tell you what, you touch on networking at all when you coach and mentor and network? Yeah, I tell people it's unfair. Oh man, I study
Right.
like Dale Carnegie, how to win friends, influence people, how to
Right.
make yourself unforgettable. What's my boy named Chris Voss? Uh,
Yes.
what is it? Chris Voss.
The never split the
Never
difference.
split the
Every
difference.
joint.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's unfair. I'm in there. I'm here. I sit back. I be like, I start labeling and mirroring. It is super important, y'all. My college folks is tapped in. Gotta be able and be confident too, not just communicate, like be confident. And I think one of the key factors in communicating is being an outstanding listener, like an active, non-judgmental listener. That's one of the things. I'm a guru at that. I sit there like, sounds like you have more to say. You know what I mean? Let them keep talking. People
Right.
people want to talk. And I think that's the cheat code. I don't
Right.
care if you go on a medical route, legal, freaking engineering. Who cares? Communication, critical. So I think the lane that you're in, absolutely needed. When I'm launching my men's coaching collective this 2026. So I definitely love to have you on to do a power
Definitely.
hour or maybe power 30 minutes and a 30-minute Q&A to our cohort and just share some nuggets and gems.
Right, for sure, man. I'd love to be there.
Yeah.
And also to add, as far as communication and that supreme listening skills, of active listening skills, those work well in conflict resolution too. You can dial it down once you hear what the issue is, or at least what the other side is saying the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll be able to say, okay, cool. So let's meet here because what I'm hearing you're saying is this.
Right, right,
Right.
right. Uh, now you're like me. You're a career. I don't want to say hopper,
Right.
traveler.
I like to do it all. It's good. I like to do it all.
You maneuver through some career paths and industries. A lot of my students, some high school straight to college, some graduate high school, came to college, took some time off, came back. Some may have took a decade off, but a lot of them struggle with what's next? What's career should I go? What path should I take? Any insight or advice there for the college student that's like unsure?
Yes. What I'm learning, and I think it's also the college student or the young professional, we have to observe ourselves and our best skill set. And
Mm,
that's where when we're feeling like we're unsure, like you have to know that your skill set is this. So
mm-hmm.
yes, we can do a different career path. We can jump on this one here or the new trend, but what are you actually good at before we start learning something new? And how can we apply what we're good at to accelerate our learning?
Yeah, yeah. I think when you hit I forget the trifecta, it's what you're good at, something you do without getting paid, and like get passion, and when those
Yeah,
things
right,
align.
right, right. Yeah. I know what you mean, and it's something that you do effortlessly.
Yeah, effortlessly. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
man. Cause yeah, oh man, yeah, I like that. I like that. So wait, let's pivot. You
Let's
mentioned
pivot.
something about music. You a musician?
Woo, man!
Talk that
I have to
talk.
I have to remind myself, man. I do
Gee.
so much. So my very first love was music, and still is today. But singing, So Dame Stephfon Wade, but many know me as Stephfon Silk. I have few albums out there, some great R&B albums that are out there, man. And I'm actually pivoting now to some artist management. So
Mm.
still putting that out there. Got a great act out here. His name is AC Don't Love Me. So we got some projects that's coming out for 26. But yeah, music will always be something that's near and dear to my heart.
Let me tell y'all something. So if you know Murph, you know I dabbles too. And I remember back in the day, you was like one of my favorite artists. What was your album back then? Oh man. What was your single?
Um was it the It's True one?
It's gonna
The
come to me.
It's
I'm gonna have to
True.
pull up my
We
anyway,
taking it
I know when
back. Yeah.
I drop my joints now. My daughter like, yo, play that back, play that back. Love your songs, your music. So I used to
Oh, you talking about recently? The Stay for a While or the Let Go or Let
let
Go.
go.
Okay. Oh,
That
yeah.
crack. Man, let go,
Yeah.
boy. But so back in the day, I used to listen to your joint. Loved it, your movement. We was in North Carolina doing your thing, and then Murph had an idea that he wanted to go and become this musician. I didn't even know I wanted to do all that at first. I was
Mm-hmm.
pretty much experimenting ish, and then when I dropped my out, I wanted to be more than a motivational speaker. I wanted to like carve out a new lane. So
Right.
I had the spoken word joint with the beats. I said, I'm in the studio. Let's do a joint. So I did Murph Flow,
Right.
and that's when I learned that being a rapper was hard. I was like, this is you gotta be in the pocket, you gotta ride the beat, and all
Right.
the things. But I could have said, I'm just stay with the spoken word stuff and be a poet. But I like the hard. I like the challenge of it all. I see. No, I'm gonna lean into that because I always want to be a rapper, low key. Um, and I'm gonna tell listeners and viewers, whenever you want to do something and it's not in your wheelhouse and people don't know you to do this thing, don't try to convince them. Just do what the heck you want to do. And that's what I did. So I have this small circle of people who I tap into when I got a new song and I'm working on a project. And D's my guy, and he'll tell me, yeah, this is all right, but you need to touch this up, touch that up. So I appreciate you for just what I'm saying, being there and being open to listening and not judging because this hasn't been my journey. You say, yo, send that shit over, you know. Um, and I love it. So we have a joint out. I just dropped For the Love of Women this year.
Yeah.
And I'm an overachiever. So we got the remix done and mastered, ready to go. And D bless the remix. It's gonna be,
Yeah, yeah.
I think the remix is better.
Yeah, the remix is something crazy though, man. I'm glad that we were finally able to do something, man, in the music sphere.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
pretty dope.
That's wild. Back in '05, '06, there's no way in the cards I would have seen that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not at all.
And I just tell people, man, I reinvent myself probably every 3 years. Every 3-4 years, I'm like a
Right.
different dude, different lane. And one of my new joints I got, the line is I dream big dreams, live them out, and dream bigger. You know what I'm
There we
saying?
go.
You gotta keep dreaming, you gotta keep, and no, don't just, oh, I know I'm gonna hit this. No, I don't know how I'm gonna hit this. You need those type of goals and those type
Right.
of objectives. So I definitely wanted to give you your flowers, man, for holding me down.
Yeah,
Um,
man. Thank you, bro. I
yeah,
appreciate you,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And,
But
and go ahead, tell me.
no, go ahead, talk that talk.
Nah, 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 man. It's it's always fun. You said every 3 years, you reinvent yourself. One in the mental health space, I think that may be healthy to
Mm,
reinvent yourself at
mm,
that time. Just trying
mm,
to, run a marathon or just try something new.
yeah.
And that's kind of how I got the 1,000 days concept because it seems like I'm working on something and then I'm thinking about putting it down or trying something new at almost at that 3 year mark. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of was catching that rhythm all the time. I'm like, you know what? 1,000 days. And then I think about like politics and government, like they kind of gauge, really making that impact within that window of time too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just made sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. Now, D, what do you do for fun, man?
Man, for fun, a little bit of everything, but I'm definitely always in the gym. I'm
Mm,
always in the gym, running as well. Um, for fun, I mean, I mean, I'm a bruncher for
mm.
sure. You're gonna catch me at a brunch. You're gonna catch me at a brunch for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm a bruncher too. I don't get the brunch much here, but when I'm in like New York or DC, I pop out where the mimosas at,
Where they at?
yeah. Yo, our last hang, was that Revive in Miami?
Yeah, yeah. Legendary.
Sheesh. Talking about brunch, that was crazy.
Hmm.
I was in Miami. I think that was Caribbean weekend. I haven't been back in a while, but it's
Right.
all good.
Yeah, we
So
do.
yeah, I just seen you though, right? What was that,
Yeah,
4 months
yeah,
ago?
for sure. We do
4 months?
out here though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta get back out to you though. Where it's hot.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm in Orlando. My daughter got a gymnastics meet. I
Okay.
think that's Valentine's Day weekend. I'm out there for about 3 days. I don't know how
Okay,
far that
bet.
is from you. That might be a hump though, but
Yeah, about three and some change, but yeah, just let me know.
yeah.
We'll see.
So listen, I got a few more questions before I let you go get your cooking on. Um, what moment, breakthrough or breakdown, shaped your path?
Shake my path, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I would say since we here, I would say there was a moment that I got in like 2012. I got into a pretty serious car accident, and the crazy thing about it is that when I got into the wreck, um, I didn't learn whatever lesson that I needed to learn till recently.
Mm,
So that's what's so crazy about just growing up and just life. It's like, and that's where the made for greatness, not even trying to be cliche, but it's like, man, like all of that stuff happened and I didn't understand it until I'm sitting here as a new father with my daughter. Then I understood
mm,
why those things were happening to me and why I needed to learn those lessons as to where my mind is now.
mm,
So I think that just some of the hardships that you deal with in life, they shape your paths for you to either get stronger and understand the mission, or for you to, it's what they say. If it doesn't, what's the phrase? What doesn't break you, make you, right?
okay, yeah, make you stronger. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, make you stronger. So yeah, absolutely.
And I think when we go through, because I tell people all the time in life, you're going to have setbacks, obstacles. Life's going to beat you down. It's how you respond, but it's not the approach of, oh, woe is me. I keep back to back. This keep happening to me. What's happening is you haven't learned a lesson, because you got to find that empowering thing that's inside of the what you perceive as the
Chaos.
negative thing
Yeah.
that crushed you or hurt you, but it's something you have to learn to go to the next level. And oftentimes when we in the storm, we don't realize, like, man, I gotta go through this storm in order to be great. You get me? So that's pretty interesting how you said that was like 2012, and now you like, dang, I get the lesson. And
Yeah,
better late than never. Some people don't get the lesson, right?
very true.
Um, what did you learn from failure that success couldn't teach you? What did you learn from failure that success couldn't teach you?
What I learned from failure is defeat.
Mm,
Sometimes you got to taste that defeat to be like, man, this got me here.
mm,
This got me, and I tried as hard as I could, and I was prepared, but I just lost this one.
mm,
And that's something there that I'll always remember, and that kind of helps me to not take the wins to, at least to make sure the ego's intact at all times,
yeah.
because the defeat is around the corner, and it's going to be there because that's how life go. So
Mm,
just remember that.
I like that. I like that. Huh. What keeps you grounded, man, when everything gets crazy and you got some music project, the child's going by, wifey's like, like what keeps you grounded?
Right, right. What keeps me grounded? I've been doing this for a while on many journeys. So once upon a time in my 9, 10 lives, I was a massage instructor as well. So I learned how to meditate, guided meditation.
Mm,
So I can break out into that at any given time and center myself. And this is kind of the same thing with the lessons. I was doing that. I said, what am I doing? I
mm,
just was in the wind. And then now these are the techniques that I use on my journey. Like
mm,
whenever it gets crazy, I can definitely, my lady knows, my daughter knows, the Zen music will come on, and I'm Indian style, and I'm about to break it down for it's
ah.
going to be pin drop silent for a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've been reading Becoming Supernatural, Dr. Dispenza, and he talks a lot about the meditation. But for his meditation practice, it's like I gotta memorize the whole meditation
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah. This
It's
stuff
like,
can interrupt you because he
yeah,
got
eyes just gotta be closed, and you gotta remember all the steps. But I'm not letting that be, the deterrent. I'm tapping in and really embracing the meditation component.
yeah.
Um,
Meditation is great. I highly recommend for everybody, especially people who are, super active, such as ourselves.
yeah,
Like it can center you and bring that thought when you're like, what was I doing? You do this, you're like, okay, I know what I'm about to do.
right, right.
Yeah. So I like that.
Yeah, sitting still and, excuse me, and letting that universe just talk to you and then listening, right? You know my song. I got a song. I pray, I speak,
Yeah.
I meditate, I listen.
Listen. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
right. Last question, D. Last question, and then I'll let you share a closing thought with the people. Whose wisdom has stuck with you? It could be a person, a principle, a powerful teaching, or quote. But whose wisdom stuck with you that has helped guide you along your journey?
Mm. It's funny. You said whose wisdom? Not necessarily someone in particular, but I was recently getting my insurance license, and the representative I was working with, because it was COVID time, it was all these things going on. And when he was teaching me the license, he said, just remember this in everything that you do in life. He said, take it seriously, and that's when you'll find the change. And just in that time frame, it really stuck with me. Take it seriously and give everything that you got. So yeah, that really, really stuck with me as far as when you're trying to get to the next level, don't have any doubt. All of that stuff, you got to scratch that and take it seriously and go full force.
Mm,
And then that's when you're gonna find the change.
I
So
love it.
that's helped me for sure.
I love it. I love it. Dopeness, man. You got any final words? I know we got
Yeah.
thousand night. I'm sorry, 1000daysglobal.com coaching,
Yep.
the book. Close
Yep.
this out, man. Talk to the people.
Hey. So yes, 1000daysglobal.com. We got Made for Greatness, 35 Lessons for Young Kings that's coming out. I guess the message to the youth is just to, one, you can do anything that you put your mind to for sure. And I think it's time for the next generation to take the world by storm. I think it's absolutely time. As far as, there's some people that are truly out there that have that are going to build this world. So, but a lot of them, their voices, they don't feel like they have the ability to speak. So that's the reason for my book. That's the reason for my message. And two, that's the reason that I try to complete and do multiple things and just highlight them to the max, because it's like your voice needs to be heard. If it's not that project, it's the next, but your voice needs to be heard. So our generation, it's just time for us to stand up and, just know that you made for greatness and you can do anything.
Love it, love it, love it. That's
Yeah.
Stephfon Wade, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
you, my G.
Man, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Always appreciate you.
yeah. I know when the book's coming out. I already got my pre-order copies.
Yeah, pre-orders are out there.
Yeah.
It's on the website and
Yep.
also on the IG. It's already out there. But yeah, we're just
Oh,
waiting.
yeah, hold on. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. So, for those you don't want to tap in your IG folks, hold on.
Yep.
Where we at? With my IG? Oh, there we go. IG, tap in on IG. Check out my boy.
There we
IG
go.
failed us today because we ain't get on. I want to do the live with the double joints.
All right. Yeah, that's next time. That's studio.
I gotta
We
figure it
good.
out. Elsa, what up? And why? That's wifey girl. Double salute. Man, but yeah, listen. Hang out in the green room. I'm gonna talk my talk, close this out, and then I know you probably got some collard greens cooking or something. I want to, burn.
Nah, we good. We good though. But I'm gonna definitely do something though.
Hold tight. I'm gonna hit you back.
I bet.
My G, man, that was dope. Listen, tap in 1000 Days Global. You got his IG. 1000 Days Global. A lot of us is missing that communication piece, man. I'm telling you, you want that clarity, you want that consistency, you want to be able to. For lack of a better word, sometimes you gotta sell a dream. You know what I mean? And he's gonna help you do that. I want you to also get on your book list, Made for Greatness, 35 Lessons for Young Kings. I think this is a dope gift. Hello. I don't really subscribe to all the holiday stuff, but I think it's a dope gift for y'all jokes that want to go out there and spend your money. Spend it right here. Shouts out to my homie. Made for Greatness, 35 Lessons for Young Kings. I can't wait till we on a stage together because, listen, the both of us, both speakers, musicians, man, I gotta put something together. I might put a youth summit together so we get on the same stage. I'm gonna leave Made for Greatness up there. I am gonna get ready to close us out. All right, well, good people, that's a wrap. Yeah, that's a wrap, man. If this spoke to your spirit, share it forward. Nuggets galore on this episode. Take a moment to reflect on the 3, 2, 1, and remember, one bold step forward beats standing still. Yeah, who we got ID? Shred with Dean. What up? What up? Who that? Double salute. Let's stay connected. Let's keep building. Hold on. I want y'all to make sure y'all get my IGs and all that. Let's get this ticket. Let's switch it up. Get my IG, tap in. Follow me on IG for that motivation, for that mindset. Mr. Motivation, MISTER Motivation. The O's have zeros for zero excuses. We on IG, we on TikTok. And if you about that music life, you want to tap into some motivation music, huh? Mr. Motivation Music on IG. Mr. MR Motivation World on TikTizzle. We got a lot going on next year. So this year, I only dropped 3 songs this year. Next year, we got the Worcester Major, the Majors Anthem. Ooh, almost finished. Ooh, Carlos, what up? I got to come in the stew and lay down this next version. What else we got coming up? I've been waiting for 2026 since September. Grab your copy of Unbreakable Valor, Triumph Through the Soul of Resilience right here. If you want an autographed copy, go to my website. You know what it is. Global Book Award. I got to get the sticker to put on there. So we international with it. Dig me? Coming 2026. Fellas, tap in. Mr. Motivation is going to be hosting a men's mentorship collective. We building clarity. Hello, we just talked about clarity. We building confidence. We building consistency using the 5M formula. The 5M formula for success. Mindset, motivation, money management, and massive movement to break cycles, build wealth, and lead with resilience. Fellas, if that's you or someone you know, tap that link in the bio of my IG. I had the link in here somewhere. I got so many links open. I can't even do it right now. But get on the early interest list. We're going to do a webinar where we do what we do, spend about maybe 60 minutes on a call, talk about me, talk about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, why we're going to do it, because that's what matters. Hello. Remember, start with why. Simon Sinek, what up? But get on the list. Let's build together. Don't forget to subscribe to the Breakthrough Bunker newsletter. We on Substack with it. Your weekly dose of inspiration and insight. That newsletter went out today. I can tell you what time it went out. It went out at, what's that, about 7 p.m., right? 7 p.m. No, I'm tripping. Hold on. 2:33. I got it at 2:33. Shouts out to my team. So get tapped into that. What else we got? Until next time, man, keep building. Let's keep believing. Actually, before I go, I got to shout out my team. My daughter called me the Grinch because I ain't really on that Christmas wave, but every day is a gift. I'm just so grounded in gratitude. I don't need one day out the year to populate my calendar for me to now all of a sudden get excited about living in life. And, I don't do malls, so I ain't going gift shop. I stopped gift giving a long time ago. They got everything they need and some of what they want, right? I buy them things throughout the year. But for those that celebrate, double salute to you. Happy holidays, Kwanzaa, Christmas, all the things. But I want to shout out my team, man, because all of this ain't possible without my team. I got a solid team. Eamon, Josh, Fritz, Pringles, Ella, Sharon, Alvy, Rose, Tim. What up, Tim? Shouts out to Tim. Tim just had a baby this year, so this is his first holidays with the little one. Ani, what up? Double salute. Chris, what up? Shouts out to my Worcester Major fam. Coach, double salute. Mr. Pay. Solid. All the players on the team. Just double salute to y'all, man. We had a really, it was up and down year. We had a lot of wins. We had some losses. Losses are lessons. I don't lose, right? It's a loss and a loss is a lesson. But I want to just take some time and shout y'all out. We won't be having a live next week. We're going into the new year, 2026, and a whole new Wednesday and get the popping. But wanted to appreciate all of you all because listen, this idea, the bunker was idea I had this summer. I needed some long content. I was like, damn, there's a lot of people I just want to connect with, and I don't ever get a chance to. But it's about making the time, right? And we decided to do this show, this live. And man, I think we're on episode like 35 or 36. And from me doing this, I know some people have told me they've got inspired to do their own shows. So I want to encourage you, wherever you are, if you have an idea, if there's a thing you want to do, start. Start where you are, start with what you have, and go. It's just keep, if you go look at Drink Champs, go look at Nori first set episodes. They in some backwood somewhere with a table and some bottles. Now it's like a whole production. It takes time, right? It takes time. You got anything you want to do, any goals you pursue, and any objective. It's the 4 C's. You got to commence, get started. You got to be consistent, keep showing up. Regardless of the likes, the views, the follows, keep showing up. You got to be committed to that thing, not interested. You got to marry the dream. You got to marry the idea. And you got to complete whatever you started, right? It doesn't matter how many people are tapping into my live and all the things. It's like, I had this idea, I want to create a platform. I want to connect with my friends and extended friends and people I don't even know but want to get to know. And I want to help people. And that's what we're doing with our stories. There's somebody needed to hear Daniel Stephfon Wade's story today. Someone needed to hear Che Anderson's story last week. Someone needed to hear about Tina Nixon from Harrisburg the week before that, who pursuing her political career. Someone needs to hear about, I can go on and on, Neon Nally Stoddard, my military week, whole week of just military vets, Saul Major, Jamal Simpson came from the hood. I grew up with Morley Moore from the hood, and now it's Sergeant Major in the Army. Beast. Like, this is what we need to hear about, these breakthroughs. We need to hear about our breakdowns and how we still did what? Bounce back, kept showing up. So I wish I could say that my producers is telling me my time's up, but I don't got no producer. I just felt like saying that. The producer said 10 seconds. Oh, man, I'm such a goon. Yo, appreciate y'all, man. This has been a journey. I can't wait next year. I got police chiefs. I got some mayor. I got a governor I got to tap in to get on the show. We got some people for y'all next year. Keep following us. A-Ball, salute, man. Let's go. You know what it is. Remember, nothing changes if what? Nothing changes. Double salute.
I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping clubs. No taking L's, we getting dubs. I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's.